Hello, everyone.
Nice to see you. I hope everybody's okay out there in YouTube world.
And good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And my name's Matt.
And I'm Kirsty, and good night, because he never said good night.
And we're MK Clairvoyants, and we're here on SPTV for our normal Monday night show. So for those who are joining us for the first time, hello.
Yep, hello. We love a good chinwag on this show. We also we thoroughly enjoy your participation, shall we say? So get tippy tapping, and get joining in. Say hello. It would be nice to hear from you.
So the way that the Monday night show works is slightly different to other shows. We pose a question each week, and this week the question is: do you think spiritualism means different things in other countries? So what does it mean in the UK? What does it mean abroad? Wherever you are in the world, does it mean something different, or does it mean the same thing? So if you answer that, then basically if you answer it, we'll give our side of the story, and then we'll give you a reading.
Yay! So get typing away, guys. Oh, and don't forget, also if there's a burning desire for any questions whatsoever, just give us a yell, ask us. We can't guarantee that we're going to know the answer, but we'll have a good try.
So, Mr. Producer, we've got any lows, please.
Excellent.
Well, Louise
you're
Passmore.
early. Louise Passmore. Well done, you, my lovey, which is better than us.
Wow, look at all of them. You like the Waltons there, Louise.
Yeah.
Hello, Joyce Easton.
Hi.
Hello, Stacey.
Lovely Stacey.
Support of the SPTV there in the
picture. Oh, look at that. Yay. Great little logo there.
Hello, Hesval.
Hi, Hesval. Nice to see you. You and your lovely camel. And hope you got the ump. Hi, Sabrina. I just got serious groan on.
Hello,
sorry,
Sabrina.
Hesval. Changing thing if you don't want me to say it every week. Sorry.
Hello,
Julie Caswel. Hello to you, my lovey. I hope you're well.
Hello, Shelley Hawkins.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Hello, Louisa L. 1980.
Good year. Very splendid year. Yes. Hi to you. Hello, Pamela. Lovely to see you, my darling. I hope you're well. Oh, nice. Nice. Lovely. Hi, Debbie Passmore.
Hello, Debbie.
Nice to see you.
Hello, Alison Barton with a giant pen there in her hand.
Hi. Got lots of writing to do. Sarah Valley or Vale. Hi to you.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Lisa Coombs.
Hi. Sam O'Neill. Hello to you, my darling. This is the lovely lady that does all the wonderful rooms. I don't know how you remember them all, actually, Sam. I ain't got a clue myself. I tried to learn them once and it wasn't successful.
Hello there, Christine.
Hi, Christine. Lovely to see you, darling. Natalie Bennett.
Hello,
Natalie. Lovely, Natalie. Hi, nice to see you, sweet. Getting a bit warm. I don't know if it's...
Hello, Kaylee.
Steaming my glasses up. Hi, Kaylee. Lovely to see you.
Hello, Hazel Harrison.
Hazel Harrison. Lovely to see you. You've got very much a nicey and smashy voice going on there. Lovely. Hello. Lovely radio voice today.
Nice because of it. Hello, Benny Ty.
Hi, Benny Ty. Nice to see you. Hanby.
Hello, Hanby.
Hi.
Hello, Stephaine Ewing.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello, Julie Hall.
Hey to you too. I hope there's all good where you are. No, you don't make. You make them up. Fabulous, Sam. She doesn't. She's really good. She's joking. Bless her. Lovely. Okie dokie. Have a little swig of my coffee. Louisa L. 1980. Reincarnation in some religions. That's very true. That's very true. Some believe, some don't. What do you do? Are you a believer?
And some spiritualists do as well. Some spiritualists believe in reincarnation, some don't.
Oh, I'm glad you like the question, Stacey, my love. I'm glad. Do you want to carry on?
Oh, am I reading it? Okay.
Yeah, I love a nap.
I always have to do the work on this show. Ooh, good question. I think America has been portrayed as being focused more on ghost hunts and spirit communication, whereas in the UK it's a way of life and incorporates everything. Depends on whether you're referring to the shows or not, Stacey.
Or
so
the
perhaps
churches.
Or the churches. So we'll come back to that maybe in a second.
That's a good answer, Stacey.
Where are we starting off? Who going for your first set of cards?
Oh, okay. That's a tactful hint if ever I saw one.
Well, I've got to make you work, haven't
yeah,
you?
drop a bomb, why not? Just come out and say it. Come on.
Okay, go on and get on your work.
Stacey, my darling, it looks like you're getting a reading. Okay, so can we have some lovely cards for Stacey to help?
So while waiting for Kirsty to get herself sorted, if we sort of combine Stacey and Louisa's question about reincarnation, there's certain parts of America that, depending on the denomination of the Spiritualist Church, where you'll actually believe in reincarnation or you won't believe in reincarnation. And you know, there's some churches that we know of that will stipulate that we do believe in reincarnation as part of their sort of pledges. So.
Okay, Stacey, I want to say you've got there's a bit of an ascension thing going on with you, my love, isn't he? I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place with you. I do need to say to you, and that's why the big fella's coming, Archangel Metatron. This is about ascension. This is about you seeing the light, you going past the troubles that are around you and lifting up above them, rather than the old Stacey would turn around and, you know, get really cross with some people. It's almost like there's an ascension going on where you're realizing it's not the way you want to be anymore. I do know that I'm being shown you've got to have some compassion, and this is for yourself also, because you've got a lot going on, my darling, and I feel sometimes there's almost the mentality, well, I should do it. In fact, I can hear you saying it. Well, I should really do this. I should really do that. Well, actually, you shouldn't really do anything other than love yourself and those around you. And if that means that you've got to take some time out and be a little bit nicer to Stacey, my lovely friend, then that's what you need to do. All right. I also want to say, don't try and fit in with anybody else and what they are doing, what they're like. It's time for you to shine your light with you, just you. It's time for you to be yourself, and only, because at the end of the day, you are the Stacey we know and love, and you've got lots of gifts, and use those gifts that, you know, you were given. You know, you've got some fantastic stuff going on for you at the moment. I do want to say, I feel like somebody's in your prayers at the moment, and they have been. Please note that has been sort of delivered, if you like. So, you know, just allow yourself to go through this growth. You know, sometimes it's going to make you feel a little bit sort of wobbly. And if it does, you know, just relax and rest. I know that you've got sort of, you know, sprogs and things at home, and grand sprogs and things, but I just feel like I need to say to you, make time for you. Allow the changes that are happening around you to happen, so they don't sort of knock you off your kilter, and just be you. Stacey, my darling, you are awesome. So just be the awesome Stacey that we know and love.
So thank you for that, Stacey, and thank you for that, Louisa, about the reincarnation just before that. So any more questions, please, Mr. Producer?
Feeling like a headless chicken. Oh, bless you, my darling. Bless you. Yes, I can understand on behaviour. Brilliant. Thank you. That's really good, my darling. Thank you so much for your feedback. I really appreciate that.
Well, I've got to say, considering you're feeling like a chicken, you are you're not handpicking on that computer. You're typing.
Oh, and you say I take terrible jokes.
Well, you know, if you can, so can I.
I think you've been around me too long. It's rubbing off.
Yeah, probably.
Hello to the lovely Terry Wall. Lovely to see you, my darling, and all your wonderful hard work. Thank you for SPTV. We're very grateful.
So Julie Caswel says, I think in France and Brazil you have Spiritism that was founded by Allan Kardec, not sure the spelling. Yes and no. His real name was Professor Leon Rivali. If you look at Allan Kardec was his name when he was in 14th century Gaul, and when it came through, he was said his previous name was Allan Kardec. So you're very much right. Spiritism is France, Brazil, Portugal, and a lot of Latin America, and it's still very strong. There's also a Spiritism society throughout the UK as well. So thank you for that, Julie.
Because Spiritism is different, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's Spiritism is a little bit like Christian spiritualism, in the sense that there is a very much look towards Jesus Christ and that. Allan Kardec did write books. He did go round and validate the different mediums, which I think he wrote 4 or 5 books, but I think it was 5, until his passing was roughly about 1863, something like that. And what happened was they burnt the books in Barcelona as a statement by the Roman Catholic Church, and basically from there the people were appalled that the Roman Catholic Church was sort of trying to control them. They actually spread throughout once he'd actually died. So it actually worked against the Catholic Church. So yeah.
I think because Julie made you tell such a lovely story and such educational. How about you're going to do a card yourself, my love? Go on, get you to do some work for a change.
Okay, I have a grandmother. She comes very much on a motherly vibration, but I do want to go on mum's side of the family. With her, as she draws in close, because there is similarities around the eyes and the upper part of the face with yourself, Julie. I do feel that I've got pains in my chest that are affecting my breathing, and I do feel that my passing was very quick. I also feel with this lady that was very, very strong. I would have stood my ground, and there was elements of me where there were spiritual ways within myself. Now, just to clarify this, when I mean spiritual, I mean like kind, caring, understanding. I'm very supportive of the people that were in the local community, and I would have stood up for what I believe to be right. Now, she's telling me that there's lots of things that are going on around you at the moment. Your head is whooshing with ideas and where you're going. I'm also very much drawn to using technology. I'm also very much wanting to put my head into books and to study more and wanting to know more about the pioneers and all of that side of it, because that's an area that fascinates you. She says to you, though, do everything at a pace. Don't go all in, because she says what you do in the past is that you've gone in all in with everything, and you've rushed things, and it's almost come at the detriment of yourself because you're trying to do too much too quickly. Pace yourself so that things are better. I also need to say to you that I feel there's a new guide that's around you, but I also want to say there is you are feeling more, you are becoming more clairsentient in the way that you're working, and I also want to say as a result you just need to put that greater protection around you so you're not picking up on other people as much, because I do want to say as you pick up more on there, I feel that I react more when that isn't the way I want to feel anymore. Hopefully that makes sense to yourself. And she just says before she goes, keep strong, keep believing yourself, and keep true to who you are. If I can leave that with you, thank you, Julie.
Yeah, absolutely. That was lovely, dear. And thank you, Julie. That was a great comment there. So, guys, if you'd like to have a reading, just to remind you that all you have to do is give a really good answer, like both Stacey and Julie just did, or you could write a good answer to our question, which is,
do you think spiritualism means different things in other countries? So obviously we've heard from another of the Victorian sort of spin-offs of spiritualism and spiritism, but is there other things that is there other things that you want to ask? And what's your opinion? Does spiritualism differ in other countries?
Do you think people have the same sort of respect, or do you think it's more disrespected? Is it against the law? in some places. There's so many things you could say from this question. Or alternatively, you could ask a question of your own, and we'll do our very, very bestest to answer it.
Hello there, Stacey Edens.
Hi, Stacey. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. Lots of you on today. Thank you.
Hello, Kelly McKeety.
Hi, Kelly. Lovely to see you.
So those people who are just joining us for the first time, hello, and hello to all the people who join us each week. For those who are joining us for the first time, the way the show works is we post a question each week, and it's whether you think spiritualism differs between each different countries. And also, if you have a question of your own that you would like to post, then please put that up. And if yours is chosen, then that person will get a reading.
So, Louise has just put, I'm always interested in children mentioning things about reincarnation. There was a fascinating story, I think we've kind of said this before, you know, it's a fascinating programme on the telly a little while ago about children, the things they used to say with reincarnation. You know, it's definitely worth a watch. I can't remember what it's called, but it was definitely...
Child of Our Time, I think it was.
Yeah, anyway, but it was definitely worth a watch. It was really good. Kind of, you know, out of the mouths of babes, as they say. So, yeah, lovely. Thank you.
So, I think as that's the second one from Louise, I think you might as well do some work for a change.
You're so bossy tonight.
Well, you know.
Yeah, Mrs. Someone's got his bossy pants on. Okay, Louisa L, 1980. This one's for you. Okay.
I'll get you reading, Louisa. Don't worry about it.
Can we have some lovely cards for Louisa, please? Okay. Oh, okay, right, okay. So I want to say, first of all, I've got to say to you, Louisa, that you're very clairvoyant. Now, I don't know if you're actually aware of this, because when I say this, people go, oh, no, I'm not. But actually, yes, you are. There's shadows, there's shapes, there's things you've seen out of the corner of your eye, and your mind has just dismissed them. If you don't understand this, from this point onwards, you will notice them, and then you will be able to recognise it. If you can develop, if you haven't already, if you could develop, that would be fantastic. But I know that there's a situation around you where they're trying to inspire you to see things a little bit clearer, because I feel almost like there's a situation where you've kind of there's an unjust situation, and I feel like you need to stand your power. You know, stand in your power, stand and say, you know what, actually, if I think this is wrong, I'm going to say it's wrong. You know, don't be so frightened about upsetting people, because I feel that you're being shown here that you will find the right words. And if in doubt, ask them to help you find those right words in order to solve the problem that is around you. I want to say peaceful warrior. I mean, what a beautiful card that is. I want to say that, you know, you've actually had that come up twice. Stand in your own power. You know, be true to you. Be. You know, you've got a very strong, internal radar for integrity and right and wrong. So it's time for you to say, you know what, no, thank you very much, but you're wrong. And so don't be worried about upsetting one, because the fact it's come out twice tells me it's really important that you must do this around you right now. I also want to say to you, there's something around that I feel like to keep you at sort of something just for you. I need to give you something for you. So what actually is it that you need to be looking at? Well, to me, I'm being given the card curiosity. What are you curious about? What is it that kind of makes you, intrigues you? It lights your fire. It's just for you. All right. I feel that there is a spiritual element to this. It may not be a spiritual thing, but there's definitely a spiritual element, because there's lots of purples in this. But I feel this is going to give you the peace of mind that you need right now. And I feel also it's going to help you. There's a purity in looking after yourself. There's a purity in finding something that is just right for you. And that purity is something that you need to find within yourself, my darling, because I just feel that, you know, you've kind of almost let others, you know, just for the sake of peace, really, you know, you've, oh, okay, whatever, just go, you know, and you've kind of backed down. But this is now your time to say, you know what, no, stop, thank you very much, but this is my opinion and I won't be quietened anymore, and neither should you be. All right, whether that is at work or at home, I'm not fully aware at the moment, but I do know the big fella's coming in to help you stand your ground, Archangel Michael, and he's looking quite stern, because I feel that, you know, there's been quite a little bit of injustice around you. So it's time now to take that stand, time to say, you know what, enough is enough. And then look, reach for the stars. If you look at this top, there's thousands upon stars. There is one there with your name on it. In fact, there's probably loads with your name on it. Go and find them for you, all right, for yourself. Go and reach out, okay? But I do want to also say there is some healing that needs to be done around a certain situation around you. So I feel like, you know, have the peace and understanding to know that that is what's happening, but don't let it detract from the fact that you need to say your opinion. All right, Louise, I hope that was good for you and it made some sort of sense to you.
Louisa.
I have a lot of spiritual questions due to a recent death. Okay, that's interesting. I thank you. I do have strong urges to say my piece. Well, I think, darling, you need to stop making them strong urges and start saying it. You know, nobody is entitled to take away your voice, and you know, especially not yourself. It's time for you to say, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with love, and I'm going to say thank you very much, but I'm important too, because, my darling, you are. All right.
Okay, thank you for that, Louisa. Moving on, any more questions or hellos, please, Mr. Producer?
Oh.
Hello there, Teresa.
Hello, Teresa. Oh, thank you, my darling. That's really lovely of you to say that. Do you know, I'm a right grumpy devil, really. I think I made Mr. Producer choke a bit then.
So Stephaine Ewing says, I believe that spiritualism in the sense of understanding different dimensions and the power of our earth is on the rise. Most definitely. There's definitely been a change over this last 12 months with the pandemic. And but also you could argue since sort of like the 2012, the Mayan calendar and all of that they've talked about, and Diana Cooper talks about, you know, there has been a lot of changes, and over the last 20 odd years, there's been a lot of rainbow children and sort of earth angels and indigo children coming in to assist the earth to make it a better place. And we can see, is it Greta? I can never remember her name, the Swedish young girl fighting back, and a lot of the younger today are trying to stand up for the planet and feel that, you know, a lot of ourselves have let down the planet.
Yeah, I also feel, I agree with that, but I also feel that there's, I think it's, you know, we are being hit left, right and centre from a lot of spiritual wonderness. You know, I know that there's a lot of, if you guys sort of believe in light language and downloads and things like that, there's a lot of that going on with talk of ascension. As Matt said, you know, Diana Cooper with the angels, that's talk of ascension. You know, everywhere you look, you know, if you the world is massively changing, and it is about time.
Yeah, and you mentioned there about the different dimensions. Obviously, we're going into the 5th dimension and moving to, hopefully, by the time of 2030, going to the 9th dimension, as you know, with the angels and everything. So there's lots and lots of changes going on, and you know, we've felt them, and it's been changes for the better, in my belief, that we've gone from a materialistic world to appreciating what we've got. Unfortunately, as this drags on longer, the lockdown, I don't want to go into it too much, that obviously it has the fact of people starting off all positive. It doesn't get that. So
well, it's about time Mother Earth fought back.
It is. So,
okay.
So it's me, isn't it? No, it's always me.
See that? Well, the smallest violin.
Okay, I have a grandmother who comes in. I actually have 2. I've got one who's about 5'2", 5'3", rounded to the body. She is lovely. She isn't wearing any glasses. She's got a lovely disposition about herself. She has a wonderful laugh, an infectious laugh that just wants to make you laugh. I feel like I'm going on father's side of the family with this lady. Again, I'm getting respiratory conditions, but I'm with her and struggling with my breathing. But she's got a lovely way. It almost feels like she's on roller skates, this lady, because she just never stops. She's zipping around all over the place. I've also got another grandmother who I want to go on mum's side of the family, but I'm not sure if this is a great grandmother as opposed to a grandmother. And I want to say probably 4'12", 5 foot in height, very, very slim to the body. She would have problems with her hearing, basically degenerative towards the last part of her life. I feel like I'm probably about 88, 89 in age, so I've had a good life. And with myself, I feel like I've got lower back problems, I've got mobility problems with her, and I'm struggling to start moving and getting up out of the chair and everything else towards the last part of my life. So you've got two very much motherly figures, and two very much, one towards the end of life was difficulty with her mobility, while the other one, she never stopped. And I need to say to you that, you know, you're a mixture of the two, because I need to say to you that the recent, I mentioned the pandemic, and I don't normally mention the pandemic, has actually been a good thing in your way, because it's actually allowed you to slow down, because you don't normally slow down, hence the crossover of the two. Now, I need to say to you, you mentioned about dimensions and stuff, but I am very much influenced by technology, and I do feel that when I come near technology, like computers go on the blink, I do feel that, you know, electricity is affected and all of that. So I need to be aware of that, and having the little pyramids that put near the computers and stuff. I also need to say to you that you need to understand how powerful you are and how much strength you've got. There has been a lot of people over the years who have tried to put you down unnecessarily. And I need to say to you, from these ladies, good on you that you stood up and you kept on going. So they are proud of you. I also want to say, you, as they strike a match and they leave the light burning for yourself, they're saying to yourself, you lead the way for others. It's not the other way around. People have assumed in the past that you follow them, but in fact, it's you that guides others. And now it's time to reclaim your power and to be the person you've always meant to be. Your nans send their love to yourself. And I just need to say to you, one last thing is, there is no place like home. It's almost like I'm putting my shoes together and clipping. So I feel this is a memory as well as a symbolic message for yourself. And if I can leave that, thank you for working with me, Stephaine.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Oh, bless you. Electronics are not my friend. Yeah, there's quite a few of us out there, my love, with that one. So high five to that, my darling. Okay, so Mr. P, are you still all right in there?
I thought Stephaine had affected his circuitry for a minute then. Hello there, Siobhan.
Oh, Siobhan, please, please don't ever be sorry for missing. We just thank you very much for joining us.
It's fine. You're only half an hour late. No, it's fine.
Oh, bless you,
You're welcome, Stephaine.
Oh,
it's not me. It's your nans.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Hello, Abby Donaldson.
Hi, Abby. Nice to see you.
Hello, Ashley.
Hello, Ashley.
Okay, Natalie's put, spiritualism is different from the world's major and minor religions because it's recent, it doesn't have a global presence, it doesn't have a body of theology. Ah, do you want to answer that, or do you want?
It is a new religious movement with rituals, doctrine, components, and a belief of transcendent realm that has experiential dimensions, elements, and that many other religions don't have. I agree with all of that.
Well done, Natalie, for pasting that in from Wikipedia. I know you didn't. Yeah, very much so. But spiritualism has got a lot of benefits. It doesn't come with the dogma of traditional sort of religions. It doesn't have what's the word? The history associated, as you're quite rightly think. But that's obviously with modern spiritualism. You know, there's been different forms of spiritual beliefs in all different types of religions, including Christianity and Islam and all of that. Kabbalah through the Judaism and that. Going back to, you know, ancient Egypt and ancient sort of Roman times, so, you know, it's on there. But to you know, to me, I know there's different like national and Christian spiritualism and all of that. To me, there is two types of spiritualists. There's people who take it as a religious, but for me personally, I am on the religious side as well, but it's also a way of life. And that's the other side of spiritualism for me. It's how you build it into your life and how you live your life. For some people, the religious side isn't for them, but they enjoy everything else that goes with it. In addition to that, it's the only religion that can truly prove life after death.
It certainly is. You know, at the end of the day, although it may be sort of new, I actually think, for me personally, I've never seen more of a truth in a religion in my life. And whether it's similarities or not to other religions as such, to me, it is the truth. And it's about what sits right with you at the end, because I believe there is always a belief isn't fact, is it? So, you know, a religion is more of a way of life, a feeling, depending on whatever one you follow. You didn't do that. Your son is learning about it at school, and he helped me answer it. Well, big up to your son. Yeah, how old is he? He's very, very good. Well done him. I wonder, does he believe? I mean,
or does he use Wikipedia to paste it in for you?
Oh dear, bless your heart. No, I totally agree. At the end of the day, it is never sort of black and white, but it's all about what sits right with you, and I think that's where the variation lies within a lot of different religions. And I think also, I'm going to be totally a little bit probably a little bit controversial. No surprises there. You know, other religions haven't worked, have they? There are some religions that, you know, have made mess ups and I'm saying that in a very loose kind of way, because there's, you know, so much dodgy stuff going on around, and plus also they have been proven to be all about man, and they've lost their way, as opposed to sitting in the power of what it truly is, and that is love.
Very much so. But joking aside, you know, organisations like the SNU have started to do packs to try and get into schools to bring that conversation of spiritualism like all the other religions. So thank you for that, Natalie.
Yes, Natalie. And thank you to Natalie's son.
Yes.
What an amazing answer there. So it's a good job we read our books as well, so we know what some of them long words were, eh? Only some of them. Right, Natalie, let's have some lovely cards for you, my darling. Okay, let's see. Right, okay, I want to say to you, first of all, my darling, there's a thing that's going on around you and around your mind that you're worrying. You're worrying over a situation. I feel it's a situation that's very close to your heart, and I feel like it's going round and round and round and round your head, like a washing machine on spin. It's time for you to just let all that go now. Trust and have faith in the world, the universe, God, spirit, you know, whatever you want to use, whatever words you choose to use within that. I think although some things it feels like it's not going in the right direction, actually in the long term it will be better, because there will be hidden blessings that you haven't seen from this. Okay, I do believe this situation that is around you is heaven sent, shall we say, because there is some things that do need to change, and we are at the moment very much in a time of change. I don't like this card, and I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Healthy choices. Now, I don't know whether this is eating or whether this is drinking lots of water, or whether this is getting some exercise and movement. This is about a healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit. And that's the whole thing. You know, I feel like I need to sort of give you peace and quiet, and for your mind, allow your mind to just sort of become a little bit more grounded sometimes, because I do feel that, you know, that worry does get a little bit out of, you know, you have to kind of pull you down and say, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be all right. I do want to say, sorry, I feel like I need to say more water, less caffeine. And if you're already doing that, keep going, because, you know, that's what I know I'm feeling with this. And there's a definite piece of what I want to give to you, and sort of in continuation of sort of steady exercise, really. And I'm being told as well, I don't know where that come from, eat more fruit and vegetables with water in as well. For some reason, there's a dehydration thing going on with you at the moment. And this is also about the meditation. This is about letting go of stress, letting go. Don't take on other people's worries and anxiety. You have enough of your own without worrying about other people and the things that, you know, you're you know, others are bringing to you, if that makes sense. You know, there are, I feel like you need to sort of give it back to them, and those that can then have their own stresses and problems, give it back to them. Don't try. You're one of these ladies that wants to help the world. It is time now for you to start helping yourself, allowing that calmness to come in. And I know that this will be resolved very soon, okay? So hang on in there. You're almost over the worst of it now. And just keep being thankful. Bring up that gratitude. Bring forward, say thank you for this, you know, sort of ending to come. The ending is in sight, shall we say. I have a lot going on in my mind. Yes, makes sense. I am currently on a diet, but not going well. I don't drink enough water. Well, darling, I think at the end of the day, it's not necessarily so much about a diet. It's more about being healthy. You know, it's eating the right types of food. I know that some diets, you know, only limit you to certain calories or certain types of food or whatever. But this is more about eating stuff that's good for your body, to help your body mend itself, if that makes sense. Well, you know, you say that you worry about other people, and it's not just yourself. It's just the person I am. Well, my darling, that's time to shift and time to change, because I feel that that sort of worry is not really helping you. And it's certainly not doing anybody else any help. If you worry about somebody, it's almost like there's a wrong kind of energy that you're setting out there. Just throw it up to them, have a talk to them, whether that's your relations, whether it's the angels, whether it's whoever, whatever, whether it's God, the universe. Throw it up to them, talk to them, throw it up to them, and ask them to deal with it, and then let it go. All right, I know that's easier said than done, but practice does make perfect, my lovey. So I hope that was all right for you, darling.
Yes, and thank you for that, Natalie. A bit of advice for yourself, because I've struggled with diets as well. They reckon that 3 times a week for 20 minutes is really good for diets. So what I would suggest you walk a bit further to the shop to get your chocolate, and then you'll be able to walk back. So actually you've done 6 times 20 to be able to eat your chocolate on the way back. There you go. Always worked for me.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you, Natalie, my darling. That was lovely.
That was always a red day as well.
Thank you, Kirsty. Means a lot. And we couldn't agree more with you. Yes, I do need to eat more fruit and veg. I know there's someone else that needs to eat more fruit and veg. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, darling. Sorry.
I said I've always been on a red day as well. because by the time I've walked that 20 minutes to get my chocolate bar, I'm knackered on the way back.
Lovely.
Anyway,
more guru tips from Matt the Guru next week.
People says I'm looking more and more like a Buddha. Anyway,
Aww,
Ashley A, you two look so sweet together. So much love surrounding you both.
Aww.
Ashley, which channel are you watching?
We pretend well.
Thank you for that, Ashley.
No, bless you, darling. We're only kidding. Joy Easton, I have close friends who need healing. So, guys, if we could please send out some healing to Joyce's friends, that would be fantastic, because if anybody asks for healing, there's usually a reason why.
No need to apologise, Desiree, for being late.
No, please, Desiree.
It's only 20:42 and 14, 15,
No.
16. No, it's fine.
Hello,
there,
Chris
Chris.
M. Nice to see you. If you would like a reading today, what you have to do is ask for ask a good question, and we will answer it and talk about it, or you can answer our question, which is, Mr. Producer, I can make new work now. You're sitting there chuckling in the background.
So do you think spiritualism means different things in other countries, or do you think it's exactly the same no matter where you're from? So that's something for you to think about. Or if you've got a question of your own, then please put that up.
Hello,
Avantika.
Avantika. It's a lovely picture. Siobhan. I saw on a website, it said opening your third eye can be dangerous, which shocked me. It said that you're inviting yourself open to dark entities. I am trying to develop my third eye. Nope. Oh, my giddy aunt. Siobhan, my darling, do you know what? I could quite happily rattle people off, against the wall, if I'm honest. Kick them off the other, because that is just horrible what you've read there. It's horrible. And wherever you've read that, don't go back, because that's scare tactics and it's shocking. Your third eye is a very natural, beautiful thing that I believe opens quite naturally. And, so stop trying and just allow it to happen, my darling.
You can do various exercises, visualization exercises, which will enhance your clairvoyance, which will automatically open your third eye. So, looking around and sort of concentrating on things, for example, Siobhan. So rather than just walking through somewhere, look at the detail on the tree, look at the detail on the floor, look at the ladybird on your hand, and really look at the detail. And that sort of enhances your clairvoyance.
And visualizations.
And visualizations, as long as you're putting protection around you, which should be, in my view, essential for any spiritual work, because there are mediums and spiritual workers who say you don't need to put protection, but I feel in my experience it's really important. Other thing to cleanse and open your third eye more is using amethyst as well.
But if you're going to I quote open up, then you need to learn to close it down as well, because sometimes it can sort of amplify feelings, and you get headaches and things like that. So it's rather like having the difference between, do you remember years ago they never used to have hearing aids, they used to have these horns, and they put them out and they go, hey, like this at you. So if you imagine, for example, sticking one of them in, it amplifies your hearing. Okay, this is kind of what happens when you start opening chakras and things like that. It just amplifies it, because you're basically linking into a different part, shall we say, of your sight or of your hearing or your intuition, and so therefore it just amplifies it. So you need to make sure that you do shut it down as well. And darling, there are many ways to just protect yourself. You know, put yourself in a bubble of light and love, and just imagine that nothing can get in there. You can ask Archangel Michael to come and protect you. Sometimes he will put your cloak around you. Sometimes if you just ask, you know, there are so many different ways, my darling. You can use the breath to visualize and protection around you. There is, you know. And that is more about making you feel safe, and it's also more about stopping your energies kind of be invaded by other people, as in down here's energies, you know, because once you're open and you waft in and out of other people, it kind of sticks to you and it can make you tired and things. So yeah, please don't go into things. If somebody starts scaring, and I mean any of you, if somebody starts scaring you and starts talking about this sort of stuff and you're new to this, walk away. Walk away.
Okay, so Siobhan, I'm very much aware of an auntie that's in spirit around yourself who you resemble. With her, again, I'm struggling with my breathing. I've also feel that I had some sort of mask, like ventilation system, to help me with my breathing towards the end. I also feel that everything's starting to shut down and I'm very, very weak. And I feel that people weren't there in general at the end, not because they didn't want to be. It was just, I don't know if it was geographic or that they couldn't get there in time, but basically I feel at the end I was on my own. I want to say there's been a feeling with yourself of being alone a little bit, and this is the reason that this lady's come through, to sort of reassure you you're not on your own, and to reassure you that you are moving away from certain individuals that are not like-minded and no longer are on the same path as yourself. I also need to say to you that as your light starts to burn bright, what then happens is that the people then who were in your light before become in your shadow. I don't mean there's anything negative in this, and I'm not jumping on the thing with the third eye. What I mean is you're just, when we go on a spiritual path, and this goes for everybody, once we start to move, we will find our progression starts to move up, and we start to link in with other people, and as a result we'll leave other people behind. It might be, say, one person or two people from that group, but that group suddenly is different. We move to people who teach us something else about ourselves, a little bit about our lives. And I do feel there's lots of lessons that are being taught to you. Again, I don't mean negative. I don't feel these are to teach you a lesson in a negative way. I feel this is part of your general learning. I feel that, you know, there's been an exploration of healing, but now I want to go on the mediumistic side, and I want to start bringing in sort of a lot of the links. Now, I want to go to some of the Celtic sites, the spiritual sites. There is one, excuse me, I can't remember its name. It's like in a dome, and you can walk in, and the light comes in roughly summer solstice on June 21st. So you'll have to look there. That's a bit of your homework. But I need to say to you, it's almost, I'm being drawn to like Neolithic sites and old spiritual Celtic sites with yourself, just almost to find my way, because I'm very much in tune with the earth. I'm very much shamanic as opposed to a spiritualist. And I want to say I'm very much with Gaia and Mother Earth and that sort of side of it. And just to say to you, from your auntie, that walk tall. Even if the people down below are in your shadow, your light will always pave the way for them. I also want to say to you, you must do Reiki or some type of energy healing, because my hands are red hot at the moment. And I just need to say to you, physician, heal thyself. And hopefully that helps, Siobhan. Thank you for working with me.
Yeah, thank you, Siobhan. And that was quite a, you know, it's a good point there. You know, a lot of people talk about the darkness and things like that. And, you know, can I just remind you guys, at the end of the day, humans like to frighten humans, even if they don't mean to. All of you ladies out there that have had a baby, now, who is it that scares the heck out of you about the birth more than anyone? It's other mothers. So, do your homework about this sort of thing, and don't allow others to frighten you. And I do just very quickly want to say, I do know many years ago in Ireland that they used to scare each other after death with ghost stories as well. And they used to thoroughly enjoy doing it. I have experience of that. So, yeah, that's great. Ah.
Hello there. Yeah,
that's
all
okay.
Right.
Keep it real spirit paranormal.
Panel team.
Lovely. Ah, nice to see. That's Bob. I just realised. Lovely. And I see you.
Nice to see you both. Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking a bit green, love. I hope you're feeling all right.
Hello, Maine.
Hi, Maine.
Ben Carver. I think. Hopefully, I've said that right.
That's a great name. Trying to figure out which arm.
Okay, I want to go on Mum's side of the family. All right, and I want exactly the same look as yourself, colour, hair, and everything. So that's where you're looking, Siobhan.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, Julie Hall, thank you so much again. That's lovely. That's people. You lot are so kind. Do you know that? We, at the end of the day, we love coming on here and having a chit chat, don't we, love?
We do. It's the only time we ever speak to each other once a week.
We're at opposite ends of the house the rest of the week.
You think we're joking? I'm not. Right, Julie Hall says, could it be possible the energy in my house could be making my 4-year-old turn into someone or something else, as she totally won't listen or anything can calm her down?
I just want to say I couldn't possibly tell you, and I'm saying this for out of respect more than anything. I don't want to turn around and tell you, yeah, this is this, that, and the other, without actually going around and seeing what is going on. My personal view is I would talk to somebody that's in your local area that you could possibly have a proper discussion with, perhaps not over social media, because that sounds like that's really bothering you. So I would seek help in your area. What do you think?
I would do one of three things. I would be looking at your local spiritualist church, contact them, even though they're shut now. There will be a contact number. You'll be able to contact them. They'll be able to refer you to somebody in your local area, like Kirsty said. If they won't calm down, and what is the reason for that? Is it certain times of day? So I do like a diary and track that, and refer to your local GP for medical advice. Perhaps that needs to be referred to a paediatrician. I don't know. You did say 4-year-old. But like Kirsty said, until somebody comes and actually looks, it's very difficult to comment on that, and we wouldn't do that.
I would give you enough respect, Julie, as I would anybody, to not guess, because I think a lot of people would guess or try and tune in and see what they had to say about it. But I think the most valuable thing you can do to help your daughter is as Matt says, I wouldn't kind of go through, how sometimes you can Google things and you can Google mediums and things. I wouldn't do that, because you want somebody, the reason for Matt saying to go to a spiritual church or phone up, or there's loads on Zoom as well at the moment. You could even talk to one of those if there's one in your area, and you could, talk to them and about this in more depth and detail, because they probably want to come round, I think, as well, and obviously that's not safe to do that at the moment. So I think if you just ask for help from the spirit world, ask them to help you as much as they can, and the angels.
Yeah, I personally would say that would be a good thing. But I'd definitely say, I know you've put there that it's taking a bit of time for the doctors. It's really important, because it's important to rule out things, because, you know, if we're very sensitive ourselves, we're inclined to say it could be this, it could be that. So it's ruling out what it could be and couldn't be.
Yeah.
It could be, I'm not going to diagnose, you know, your child might be just generally sensitive in general. And again, the doctor would be able to establish that.
I mean, I think the most important thing is to rule out the medical side of it first, and talk to somebody that's more local, that you can have a proper conversation with. You know, that isn't saying your business over, because it's not. You do constantly ask for strength. Brilliant. Then that's fantastic. Just keep doing that and keep, you know, sending thoughts up that's bringing that help nearer and quicker to you, if that makes sense.
So Julie, if you just want to sort of say what county or part of the world you are, then perhaps we can sort of point in the right direction. That may help there. But thank you for that.
That's really lovely, Desiree.
So she's put, Desiree suggested maybe trying some meditation, some quiet time. The other thing is looking at, you know, is there like a warm blanket or something like that that's going to help and make her feel that, you know, snuggled. What does she need? Ask her what does she need.
Yeah.
And, you know, asking is everything okay. But okay, so Ashley A.
Okay. Ashley A has put, please don't see a medium for this. I work in children's services, and there also spiritual abuse that happens. What do you mean by spiritual abuse? That's a thing. Well, I personally, it needs to be a 3-tier thing. At the end of the day, you need to make sure there's nothing medical going on, and I believe that's what the most important thing is to do first. Keep throwing it up for spirit to ask to help you, and then if that and everything is fine, then go and sort of seek mediumistic help. That is my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked for children's services. I've worked in education myself, and there's so many people over the years who have gone through the net of being medical things. But like I said, that is our first advice, and that's the advice that we're giving to yourself. In Cumbria, depending where you are, there is lots of SNU churches around Penrith, Kendal, and places like that. If you go on the SNU website, you can type in your postcode, and they'll tell you where the local spiritualist church is. But as I've said, medical advice first.
Yeah.
And there's early support and organisations like that, going back to Ashley's for the children's services, who can assist depending on the issues that you've got.
Absolutely. I think, Julie, what you need to do is if I know that's easy for me to say it, but try and take the fear out of it and bring the logic into it. You know, tick off the boxes of what it could be first, kind of down here kind of level, and then if that doesn't work, then maybe have a little chat with somebody if that's what you feel you need to do. But I feel like I need to say to you, your intuition's very good, so need to start trusting that you're your child's mother, and nobody knows better than you, my darling.
Okay, so moving on. Thank you very much for that, Julie. Hello there,
to
Giggle Girl.
Giggle Girl 101.
Hello, Michelle Rodendijk.
Hello, Michelle Rodendijk. That makes my neck ache because we're looking at a picture sideways. Hey, Authentic Shorty. Nice to see you. Thank you for popping on.
Hello, Raina Illebrun.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for coming on. Shelley Hawkins, I think it means the same, but we all blend with different parts of spiritual things.
Yeah, totally agree. Doesn't matter where you come from, it's just we're all out of the same mould. So Terry's put, I think it's the same, but other countries may focus in certain aspects more or less than others, just like other religions. It also depends on the individual, not just the country. Most definitely, Terry. And to me, it's it's about how far you want to go on that spiritual path. And again, like you said, it's not the country, it's the individual. Joanne Lewis says, I'm fascinated by the way people believe in the Holy Spirit, but still have a problem with spirituality. Depends what you define, Joanne, by spirituality. Do you want to come in on that one?
I was just thinking the same thing. No, you carry on, love. It's fine.
So to me, because I'll get her to do some work in a minute. For me, spirituality means being kind, caring, loving, and understanding. That's my definition of spirituality. Yeah. Everyone has a different definition of spirituality, but it all comes down to the same thing. There's a love of everyone and a love of God, the infinite intelligence, the universe, the source, whatever you want to call it.
Love.
It's all comes to that. It's an understanding and a mutual respect for the people that you've got. And it's shown that kindness. But as I've said many times on this show, it's also that applies to the person that's giving that as well, that they give that back. And that's the bit that a lot of us lack. You say about the Holy Spirit and, from a Christian spiritualist point of view, they will argue, the Father God is within you. And if you look at the Trinity, and stuff, all of that's within you. So the Holy Spirit is part of you anyway. So, you have the right to believe in that.
I think a lot of people also will focus in on the God-like and Holy Spirit type of scenario and focus directly in on that, but have a problem with spirituality because they can't see it or understand it. I know that you can't see God, but God and the Holy Ghost and all that, or Holy Spirit, whichever you say, is all it's a longer religion. It's something that they can, it's more acceptable. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Whereas spirituality, as we've discussed earlier on, is relatively new, and a lot of people are frightened. And it's a terrible thing to say, because it's actually one of the most beautiful things in the world to be able to talk to your loved ones or make contact with your loved ones that have passed over, knowing that they are just a breath away. And for that fear to be there, I think it's very sad, personally, very sad.
So as I'm doing this and Kirsty's getting your cards ready, Joanne.
Apparently I am.
Keep her on her toes, push it back. It depends also what you mean by spirituality. I gave you my definition, but spirituality can be in every religion. So it's whether you mean a God force, part of God being within you, or whether you mean like a sort of Shinto or Buddhism, where spirituality is in everything that you touch and you breathe. So Joanne's put, do you believe that sometimes we have a past life that we may have made a vow of poverty, and sometimes cutting the cord with that lifetime will help us with being open to receive?
Yes.
I won't answer because I don't want to interrupt the flow while she's working.
I absolutely do. Joanne. I've done it myself. I've had certain past lives that. Okay, I was a nun in a past life, and yes, I know. There it is. There we go. So I think Mr. Producer's just fallen off his chair, and I know he's having a he's having a heart attack in the back here because he's laughing so much. And yes, I've had to do that. I've asked Archangel Michael to come forward and cut cords, and but it's also about retraining your mindset, because quite often with mentality towards money and abundance is something that we have brought forward into this life as well. So it's about kind of breaking and untraining, breaking the the mechanism and the circuit, if you like, within our brain, and then making a new one to replace it. So affirmations are really fantastic for that also. Right, okay, right. I want to say to you, I feel like I need to say to you, Joanne, at the moment, this is the time for you to just start looking after yourself a little better. You're very sensitive, and I mean that in a good way. Sensitivity to me means that you have a huge, big heart, and you can feel other people's feelings, and you can connect on a deeper, meaningful way. But and you can feel them like nobody else can, which is why it's so important to embrace that sensitivity. But with that embracing of sensitivity, you've got to be aware that sometimes harsh situations around you, even sometimes watching the news, can pull you down. Or if you've got a friend that's having a load of trouble and you sit there and they tell you all their troubles, if you don't sort of look after yourself and protect yourself from that, it can kind of pull you down, and it can affect your mood, and it slowly sort of builds up. It's a bit like I want to say, them roller sticky things that you carry dog hair, you get to get rid of dog hairs and fluff off your clothes. It's a little bit like that. The more you kind of allow others to pick up their fluff, it kind of sticks to you, and it just gets heavier and heavier, and it stops working as efficiently as what it should. So I need to say to you, start surrounding yourself with more positive and gentle people. Nurture yourself, look after yourself within that. I do want to say there's something that you haven't finished that you need to start. You need to continue, because they've got this card come up for you, and this is about bringing things into completion now, and this is about so you can tick your boxes off. Right, well, that's finished, boom, now I can get on with this. And it's almost clearing your own energy from that. Detach, yes, if that's the way you see that, yeah, detach. But again, this isn't necessarily about sort of cutting people out. This is about just looking more after yourself in that respect. Okay, and I want to say, healing. You need some healing as well at the moment, and there's a forgiveness. I don't know where that forgiveness is without sort of going into it in depth. But I do know there is a forgiveness that's around that you need to do that will bring you that peace. And when I mean forgiveness, what I mean is that if it's for yourself, obviously, there's things that we've done in our lives that we thought was right at the right time. So forgive yourself and let that go. But I also know if it's for somebody that's hurt you or around you, forgiveness is still about you, because it's about detaching. Beautiful. I'll steal your word there. It's being able to detach from that situation, cut the ties, if you like. Okay, I forgive you, I'm going to let this go. So that tie then can float off and let it go. You haven't got that heaviness and that, constant, whether it's anger or whether it's pain or hurt, you haven't got that hanging around in your sort of mindset, or, sometimes it affects your physical body and your energy system and things. So forgiveness for other people is about you, not them. You never have to speak to them again. It's just about lightening your load up, all right, my darling. And the last thing, talking, I just feel like, oh, sorry, love, chakra clearing, and that one to me means this is about, again, I want to start eating the right sort of foods, cutting down on caffeine, making sure that I drink plenty of water, getting the right sleep, and generally sort of looking after yourself, and know that this situation that's, the way you're feeling, the things that are going on around you, there is an end in sight. But in the meantime, this is about regaining you. back again, and just bringing in that comfort and that, you know, pampering that you deserve and need right now, my darling. All right, I hope that was okay for you.
Thank you for that, Joanne. Any more questions or lows, please, producer?
Oh, Mr. Producer's gone. He's fallen off his chair. So I think that is as you look on your keyboard, is it near O? No, maybe no. I see. Okay, all right then. Okay. Indeed, indeed,
Let's put some
indeed.
adverts up.
Okay, yep. A few little adverts for you now, guys. Don't go anywhere because we're not just yet. We're going to talk you through. Love and light. Yes, of course it is, L&L. Of course it is. Yes. Oh, Richard, you're so old. You're as old as us, nearly.
It's the lovely Wendy Lindsay with her show, The Spiritual Touch, and a personal pendulum healing energy therapist. And you can get that at 2 o'clock. That's UK GMT time.
Yeah, she's a real sweetie, Wendy Lindsay. Fantastic. And I have to say, a fantastic medium. And the lovely Deb Clark as well, chatting with Spirit, an evening with Deb offering mediumship readings tomorrow night from 8 p.m. So don't forget to tune in there and grab yourself a lovely free reading from the lovely Deb Clark.
And last but not least is the lovely Rachel Galbraith, live from America at 10:30 UK time. So if you can join us there, that would be wonderful for her palmistry and tarot.
She's a great lady, Rachel. She's a lovely lady. Definitely worth a tune in there, guys, if you can do that. Love and light. Ah, yes. Yeah, I might do it now because I know what it means now. Oh, I'm so old.
I've only just got to work out LOL. It's taken me years for that. Hello,
yes,
Raina.
It's not lots of love, dear. Hello, Rena.
Hello from Canada. Hello to you, whatever part of Canada you're from.
Mr. Producer is having a right little chuckle in the background.
Hello, Kim Harknett.
Hello, Kim Harknett. Nice to see you. Okay, Bernie time. It was my father's anniversary of passing yesterday. I'm so sorry. I went round, when I went into the lounge in the morning, a feather had appeared overnight. It wasn't there when I went to bed. I told Ray about it. I actually started crying, to be honest, because I knew it was him. The feather started moving too, and it wasn't near any draft. I did acknowledge him. Yes. Oh, how beautiful, nice. Benny. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love that when that happens. You know, it really makes your heart sing. That, you know, there's that to you is your proof that, you know, that he's around. That's perfect. I'm so pleased for you.
Yes, thank you for that, Benny. I just need to say to you that, you know he's around you anyway. I do feel that you're going to see him almost like, I'm trying to think what the word is, but it's like in imagery, like in the curtains or on the wallpaper. You're going to see like the outline of his face in that. And I need to say to you that your connection with spirit, you're a very gentle soul. And I need to say to you, you've got a lot of your father's characteristics. Very proud, very honest, and strong morals. And I need to say to you, that's what you're brought up with. I also need to say to you that I feel that with your dad, that because of his passing and the way that things were, that there was a lot of things that weren't said, and I don't mean that on a negative or things that should have been said. I just mean like saying the general things of goodbye and things like that to you. He's always around you. He's shown me checkered slippers. I don't know if they're yours or his, but he's shown me those, and they're put together, and I'm wanting them warm near the fire. And I just feel that he was very much a man of comfort, but I also feel that you are as well. And I just need to say to you, whatever's going on at the moment, I just need to say to you, you are going to get through it, because I just need to give you that as your message. And just to say to you, thank you for all of the things that you do for Spirit and everything that you do for your local community. Whatever that is, I just need to pass that message on to you. Thank you.
Oh, that was lovely, Penny. Thank you. Okay. Christine Davis asks, how do you find out who your guide is? Okie dokie. Well, first of all, I know that I'm not alone with a lot of mediums here when I say this. A lot of your guides aren't that really fussed about telling you who they are, because they are here to make, here to help you with your spiritual, development, and they're not overly worried about who they are to you. It's more about for us that they come forward for. And for me, in my mind, if you sit in the power and you sit in the energy, you meditate, you ask them to draw close, they will eventually show you themselves. Certainly you can be able to start to recognize their energy as they come forward, but I wouldn't overly worry too much about who your guides are, because there are so many of them, and there isn't just one or two, is there, dear?
No, you will have a spirit team who will work with you. You'll have a main guide. Some people refer to them like gatekeepers and stuff like that, but you'll have a main guide who will come into your life at the inception and leave when you go back home. And but you will have guides that will come in for different things in your spiritual path to increase your spiritual knowledge, for healing and different things. But you're part of a spirit team. And although you might, I hear over the years that people say, "Oh, I've got 14, I've got 15." Everyone has got loads, because the ones that you see are only the ones that you're meant to see. There is loads of helpers and loads of people behind those individuals, and on top of that, it's not just your actual human guide. You've also got spirit power animals, totem animals, call it whatever you want. You've also got your spirit animal team in there as well. You've also got your healing doctors. There's loads of different teams that work with you on a daily basis. So, yeah. But in answer to your question, it's a visualization exercise, a meditation. There's lots of things on channels like this one, YouTube and stuff that you can go through. So. Yeah,
I think, like I said, it depends if you want to find out who your guide, you're working at the right time. Like I said, Matt said, you have different guides for healing, different guides for doing, speaking within mediumship. You have different guides for doing, trance medium. You have different guides for doing, mental mediumship. You have so many that come in and learn different lives. Even if you are a healer and you're working as a healer, you could have like a back specialist come in, because you could have a run of people with spinal problems, or then you could have in someone that would have a doctor that would have focused in on chest problems. So then you'd get another guide come in. So to help you focus with that. So don't be too hung up, but just enjoy the journey of them kind of revealing themselves to you, even if it's only their energy that you feel.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing. It's about enjoying your journey. I've been guilty of this sometimes, striving for the next thing that basically you've missed the opportunities, in the sense of look how far you've travelled and stuff. When you're looking for the next thing all the time, you forget where you've come from and how far you've come, and it's about acknowledging that.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely great. It's a beautiful journey. So, and which never ends, by the way. So yeah, enjoy every moment and allow them to step forward. And you know, don't be at all surprised if you get similar sort of things to others, because a lot of guides will present themselves to you in certain fashions that you would understand and it would make sense to you, which is why you have quite a lot of Native American Indians come forward as guides, or you quite have, they show themselves as very spiritual people, a spiritual way of life, because it's easier for you to understand that. And indeed, they were of a very spiritual way of life, and they want to develop and grow, hence becoming your guides.
Very much so. And very, very quickly, because time's getting on, for you yourself, Christine, very much aware of a motherly vibration who you resemble. And just to say to you, I feel like I'm wiping tears away, and I feel that process now has gone. But just to know that I've been around you quite a lot. There is that feeling at odd times that you're on your own. I need to say to you, you're not. You just need to check back in and say, well, they were there before, why wouldn't you be there now? And I just need to say to you, put your chin up, look in the mirror and be proud of who you are, because the lady you are now, because you have travelled such a long journey the last 5 years, but it's the last 5 months in particular that you've truly grown and become the strength that you are and the person that you should be.
That's beautiful. Thank you, dear. Lovely. Right, so thank you so much for everybody that has joined us today. We really appreciate your company, and we hope you enjoyed ours.
Very much so, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you next Monday. Remember the shows that we've just mentioned. There's Deb Clark, there is Rachel Galbraith, and that tomorrow, and there's also Wendy Lindsay at 2 o'clock. Yeah. So please tune in for any of the shows during the week that on SPTV. Just check out their website and the YouTube channel.
And we look forward to and hope you will join us again next week. And again, thank you so much for all your input, because without you, we wouldn't have a show. Yeah. So thank you so very much. You take care and stay safe, guys.
Yeah, stay safe, everyone, and keep sending out healing to everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, before we go, tomorrow we have a coffee morning, okay?
So there's a coffee morning 10 till 12. You've got on the MK Clairvoyance Facebook page, and there's also a meditation which is also free on Wednesday. Yeah,
so pop on and see what you can do. Then join in. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. Take care, guys.
Take care, everyone.